What is going on, guys? What is going on, 27 Squad? Welcome back into another video. I apologize for the late video. I apologize that this is not going to be edited at all. I just want to get this up because we're about to get started for the fourth round and day 3. It's about 11:30 right now, and I just want to get this up for you guys, give you my quick thoughts and reactions on day 2 of the draft. It was definitely a roller coaster ride, okay? If you guys watched the draft with me and Kush, we were covering day 2, day 1. And you guys saw all 3 picks. We were very confused. But we sometimes you just have to slow down, just because there are guys that you're not really familiar with, or maybe guys that you didn't envision the Giants drafting, or maybe you envisioned it being a reach. Rather, you have to slow down, watch the tape, look at all the stats, and kind of make an inference from there. If you don't really know, like Flott, right? I know Wan'dale. I didn't know Ezeudu, but I like this guy. We'll get into that in a second. But Flott. I mean, what is a Flott? I don't know what a Flott is. Okay, I have to put Flott in the back of a jersey. Okay, but it's a joke. It's a joke, guys. Everybody, it's a joke. It's alright. But I'm very intrigued by these guys. Okay, I do like them, and I'll give you my in-depth thoughts right now. So looking on to day 3, we'll see what kind of positions they attack. But in day 2, they attacked offensive line, interior offensive line, wide receiver, and cornerback. Now, interior offensive line was something I knew that they were going to kind of add depth for eventually. I thought maybe the Giants were satisfied with what they had on the offensive line. No, they're attacking it even more. Like, the offensive line, say what you want about what they did with the offensive line, the Giants. They definitely addressed it more so than any other position or any other position so far this offseason. Offensive line has been the biggest focal point of this new regime. And I love it. I do love it. I thought maybe, they were satisfied with maybe having the weak link being Shane Lemieux or Max Garcia at left guard. But it seems like we probably got a starter at left guard in Azudu. But let's start off with our second round pick, 43rd overall, 42nd, 43rd overall. We traded back twice, acquiring a 5th round pick the first time. I believe I forgot who was with. We traded down with, but we got the 146, and then we traded with Atlanta, or was it Atlanta first or Atlanta second? I think it was Atlanta at second. So then we picked up a 4th round pick with that one. So I like that. And then we picked up Wandel Robinson. So Wandel Robinson, 5'8", 178 pounds. Looks to be like a slot, H-back type of, not an H-back. It's just like a slot guy that you can use as kind of a scat back almost. It looked like he played some running back. He had some running back reps as well. So he's kind of one of those tweeners on the offensive side of the football. Kind of one of those. I want to stay away from the word gadget, because he's not a gadget guy, but he's a versatile guy is what you really want to say there. I don't want to say gadget, because that kind of puts a label on him that I don't want to put on him. But he reminds me a lot of a mixture of Jalen Waddle and Kadarius Toney. How is he a mixture of them? I can't really give you my honest take on specifics on how, what parts of Waddle he has, what parts of Kadarius he has. It just looks like Waddle's probably a little bigger than him. I think Waddle's around the 5'10", 5'11" range. He's 5'8". He's smaller. Just the way he moves just reminds me, just that instant burst and the smoothness he takes, around corners is like Jalen Waddle. The way he bounces outside is kind of smooth. Kadarius Toney, he reminds me of Kadarius Toney with his yak yardage, but Kadarius Toney is more of a cut guy. He doesn't really round out. He doesn't really bounce outside or anything like that. Kadarius Toney makes his cuts. He stops on a dime and changes directions very quickly. Wandel Robinson reminds me of Jalen Waddle, how he kind of he's very smooth. We're very smooth when turning upfield, very smooth with it. And that doesn't really cut upfield. He just smoothly goes upfield gradually, and I like that. And the burst he has is very Waddle-esque. So I hope that makes sense to everybody. But why did the Giants necessarily draft him? It is confirmed that they are not shopping Kadarius Toney. Joe Shane already came out and said that they are not shopping Kadarius Toney. And so they're going to be looking to use both of those guys at the same time. Wan'dale is probably a guy that's going to stay in the slot. We're going to see what they do with Kadarius Toney. But it's going to be interesting. There's going to be a lot of speed going on, a lot of speed. And, looking at, Mike Kafka being the offensive coordinator, I know it's Brian Dable's offense, but Mike Kafka being the offensive coordinator, you can imagine that he knows what it is to utilize faster players, right? Coming from that Kansas City offense, Miko Hardman, Brian Pringle, and of course Tyreek Hill, they have a very fast offense, an offense that can turn up field in just a quick second. So, I guess Kafka and the offense over there, the offensive guys over there are trying to kind of replicate that with Wan'dale, Kadarius, so on and so forth. So, yeah, I'm intrigued by Wan'dale. I thought this was a little high for Wan'dale, to be honest with you, but I have to give it like a B. I'm going to give it a B minus because we were able to trade back twice and acquire more picks, which I always love. I'm a sucker for that. And, that's definitely going to help out the grade a bit as well. And they I guess they knew their guy wasn't going to be, taken beforehand. So, and he was on a top 30 visit as well, if I'm not mistaken, Wan'dale was. So it's like we kind of should have saw this coming, right? So, that's our second round pick. We move on to Josh Ezeudu. That was with our 67th overall pick, and I is so intrigued by Ezeudu. How I have not heard of Ezeudu or watched film on Ezeudu before, it kind of boggles me a little bit. And also, there's not a lot of talk about him either. But, watching him, is he the most fastest guy out there? No, he ran like a 5.19 40 time. But his game speed is a lot faster than that. His side-to-side quickness, a lot faster than that. It intrigues me a lot of how he's able to move. He's pretty athletic for a bigger guy. He's 6'4", 308, so he's not the biggest guy around. He's not like a 6'7" dude, right? But 6'4", 308, yeah, he can move a bit, man. He's able to move side to side. I like that. He played every single position, all right? We're talking guard, we're talking tackle, we're talking center, all right? So he's played every single position. He's more so going to be a guard at the NFL, and I think that's what the Giants drafted him to be, being that our only hole right now is at left guard. And so I imagine they're going to just slot him in left guard, and if there's any injuries that ever occur, they have a guy who they can move around. You look back on, guys that we were able to do that with before, and Nick Gates more recently, David Deal, right? David Deal moved everywhere. So, the Giants love those type of offensive linemen. They love getting guys that are able to move around the offensive line just in case things were to happen. And Azudu, first of all, his run blocking is spectacular. His run blocking is great. I'm going to have no worries in his run blocking ability. He shows great power, great off the line, very fast off the line to get that first push on the defense and try to move that trench a little bit. I love the way he plays a bit nasty as well. Now, his pass blocking is not bad at all. He allowed a total of 2 sacks in 1,019 pass set blocks. That is great, being with the prior knowledge that he moved all over the offensive line. It's not like he played one position. He allowed 2 sacks playing multiple positions, sometimes in the same game. All right, there's a stat out there. Somebody put I think it was Peter Schrager said that, or Dan Schneider. I could be wrong. One of those guys said that there was a couple of times where they were putting him at tackle on first down, guard at second down, and back at tackle on third down. It's just he's able to move everywhere, no matter where you want him, and no matter how many times you want him there, he's going to move there. He's very versatile. I like the Josh Ezeudu pick a lot. I'm going to give that one an A. Now, I'm going to give it an A minus, just because I hate to be too lenient and I hate to be too critical, but I'm not going to be too lenient just because, a guy like Dylan Parham, a lot of guys were obsessed with Dylan Parham. There are other guys out there, maybe Daniel Faalele, that you could move inside as well. So, there were other guys and more notable guys out there. But if the Azudu pick winds up, having some good stock in it, of course, I'll raise that up to an A or what have you. But it's got to be A minus now, just because there was more guys available, other guys available, more notable, had some more notoriety to be picked around that spot. So you guys can kind of understand it there. But I'm in love with the Azudu pick. I think it's going to be one of our better picks in this draft. Besides our first round picks, of course. But, talking about day 2, day 3, Josh Azudu, man, is definitely a guy I'm looking at. We move on to Cor'Dale Flott. Now, if you guys watch the draft, man, I was livid. I was livid, and I'm not livid because I'm not gonna say he sucks. Okay, I'm not saying that at all. That's not why I was livid. It's just that I don't. When you choose in the third round, you expect to kind of hear of a guy, or you expect to kind of know of a guy, and especially when it comes to the corner position, I looked at a lot of corners in this draft, and I'm kind of upset that the Giants took a corner that I don't know of in the third round, 81st overall. I would expect myself to know these corners. Maybe that's my fault. Maybe that's on me. But what is a Flott? I never heard of Flott before, okay? I did a lot of mock drafts, okay? Never once did I come across the name Cor'Dale Flott. We have to put Flott in the back of a jersey, all right? No, I'm just playing. I mean, listen, guys, it's a joke. But looking at him, I'll give my honest opinion. I'm going to give that pick a C+. For now, because I don't know what I watched as much film on him as I can. I try to watch all of his highlights and try to get all his good that I can get from him to see what he's capable of. And I watched his film as well. I watched LSU defense film rather, because I can't find film on just him. So looking at Cordell Flot, I like him. I like him. I don't like him enough that I would say that he was still worth the third round pick. I don't think there was enough there to say he's a third rounder. You could believe in a guy all you want, but if the value is not there, if you could have picked Tariq Woolen is a guy I would have loved, a guy that you put in the boundary, 6'4", long freaking wingspan. He's a guy that can definitely play that boundary corner if you need him to. Flott is a guy you can move inside outside. Maybe the Giants are looking for more versatility. Look at all these three picks. Look at all these three picks in day two. They all possess versatility. Wan'dale can play running back, wide receiver. Josh Ezeudu could play everywhere on the offensive line. And Cor'Dale Flott can play the outside boundary corner and a slot corner. So you look at day two, they just wanted versatile guys. They wanted guys that can move around. And Flott can do that, all right? And he has a longer wingspan too, but very undersized, very skin and bone type guy. He's going to have to add some weight on him. I believe he's like 175 right now. That is small. That is tiny for a corner. He's only 6 foot as well. So it's not like he's like 6'2", 175 where he's a longer frame. And I don't know. He's 6 foot. He's like 6 foot and 3/4 or something like that. So I guess you could say 6'1". 175. You look at his arms; they are like very tiny. So he's gonna have to put on some weight. He probably will put on some weight, as we see a lot of prospects do. So I'm not worried about that at all. My thing is, I probably envision him more as a 4th round pick. We have 2 4th round picks. I definitely think that maybe he would have been there in the 4th round. So if they really loved him, I guess they have to get him here, or maybe even trade down again. But I think Flott is more of a 4th round guy, looking more at him. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with the pick. Now, the thing with Flott is, where are we going to use him? Now, there's no way the Giants are going to get rid of James Bradberry and expect Cor'Dale Flott, a 3rd round pick, supposed to fill in that role that James Bradberry left. I'm not sure how they plan to use Flott. I don't know where they're going to go with James Bradberry. And on top of that, it would have to be on the outside, because I don't really think that I like Darnay Holmes. I don't know why you would replace Darnay Holmes already with a 3rd round pick. Is Flott even that much better of a prospect than Darnay Holmes was coming out? I don't know. I loved Darnay Holmes in the 4th round a couple years ago, and maybe he was even a better prospect. Let me just say that. But is he going to be outside? If he's going to be outside, there's only 2 boundary corner spots, so James Bradberry would have to be gone because Adoree Jackson would be there. I don't know, man. I don't know. That's gonna, we're gonna have to wait to see what happens with that one. So that being said, I'm gonna give that one a C+. So Wan'dale, I'm gonna give a B-. Josh Azudu, I'm gonna give an A-. And Flott, I'm gonna give a C+. When people see C+, they think automatically it's bad. It's not bad. It's that there's a question of how they're going to use him. There's a question of was he even valued at that spot, and there's a question of is he going to perform to the level that of a 3rd round pick that he was drafted at. So that being said, guys, that is the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Well, I'm going to be making a video for each pick in day 3. I believe we have like 6 picks left, so you'll see a video for each pick as soon as the pick is made, because I will not be live for them. So that being said, enjoy the rest of your day, enjoy the rest of draft day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.